Hi, I'm Wallace Cunningham, Director of Multicultural Outreach with AARP South Carolina. I am here to let you know that AARP is about promoting positive social change, the kind of social change that benefits everyone, especially those persons 50 plus and their families. AARP wants everyone to have a high quality of life. For more information, give us a call at 803-765-7376 or visit our website at aarp.org.
There are 750 million users on Facebook, 200 million on Twitter, and 500 million on YouTube. Who are these people? Your potential customers. TheMinorityEye.com presents the Small Business Social Media Workshop. Saturday, October 1st, 2011, the Clarion Hotel, downtown Columbia, South Carolina. Learn more about and how to use social media to drive customers to your business. Call or visit our website, mysocialmediabiz.net.
Good morning and welcome to this edition of MyMetroTV.com Daybreak, the first stop to the rest of the weekend. I'm Kaela Harmon. Frederick Knight is on assignment this week, and I want to thank you for joining us for this week's program. Today, we'll be talking with members of South Carolina Grassroots, an organization holding a rally in protest of the state's refusal to accept federal education dollars. We'll also bring you sights and sounds from the Midlands commemoration of the 10th anniversary of the 9/11 attacks. And we'll have the My Metro Movie Minute and the PowerOfPraiseTV.com inspirational video of the week. That and so much more coming up on this week's edition of MyMetroTV.com Daybreak, the first stop to the rest of the weekend.
Grassroots activists are holding a rally this weekend protesting the state's Board of Education's refusal to apply for or accept available federal funds for education.
I think the importance of this rally is that we have to bring awareness to the people of South Carolina, our voters and the citizens of South Carolina, parents as well as students in our rural areas, our suburban areas, and our urban areas on the importance of a quality public education system. We as South Carolinians should be striving for the best public education system we can have in this state.
The problem we are having in the grassroots is that they don't have a voice. Decisions are being made that doesn't influence us. The importance of our vote has been minimalized, and the things that we hold, that we cherish, we don't have anymore. We're losing our vote. Now we're losing our public education. Those are the things that are important to a group of people who are trying to move forward. If you don't have education, then you don't have hope.
I wanted to know what kind of impact economically would be felt by the state for refusing the funds.
Well, it's a tremendous impact. The system that we have in South Carolina, the tax base for each local area is based on the revenues. And the entire amount of this money will go back directly into our economy, hiring our teachers, providing what we need for our school system. So the impact is exactly what it is, that entire amount. Not only from an economic impact, but when you look at the economics, it's really what determines, or let me back up, the education really helps to determine your economic situation. If you're not educating your children, it's hard to have an economic floor. And again, if you don't have an economic floor, you don't have the tax base to increase your school system. So this is a cyclic cycle. It's a cyclic process, I should say, where if we're not funding our education, or the importance of educating our kids is not our top priority, then that means that the economy is not our top priority. Our communities are not our top priority. So it is a direct impact to not only the economy today, but the economy of tomorrow. And matter of fact, tomorrow is now, because we have neglected really our education system so long. And that's apparent because we're ranked on the bottom in the nation, and of course our nation is nowhere near the top of education in the world.
With this rally, we want to bring awareness to the people of this state and to our elected officials that we expect a quality public education system. We expect an education system that the people of this state can be proud of, and we're tired of referring to South Carolina as a state that comes in dead last in all the areas of education. We want to be the best, and we want to be consistently and continually ranked among the best states in the nation for providing a quality public education system.
The rally will take place on the State House steps this Saturday morning at 11 a.m. The South Carolina Midlands First Responders Memorial Ceremony was held this past week on September 11th, the 10th anniversary of the 9/11 World Trade Center attack. The South Carolina Midlands First Responders Memorial Unveiling Ceremony was also held to honor the 47 who lost their lives in the line of duty since the September 11th attack. The event, held at the Columbia Metropolitan Convention Center, enjoyed great weather and great attendance. On hand for the event were local and state officials.
A few statistics for you. There were 2,752 victims as a result of 9/11. Of those 2,752, 416 were first responders. Of that 416, 343 were firefighters. We must never forget.
Today, we join together because that is how family mourns, and it's how America remembers. But as we mourn and remember these men, women, and children, mothers, fathers, sons, and daughters lost, as we memorialize the firefighters, police officers, the paramedics, the soldiers, sailors, airmen, guardsmen, and Marines who gave what Lincoln called the last full measure of devotion, as we turn our minds to their memories, let it not be simply the manner and moment in which they fell, but rather the cause for which they stood. Let this not be a lament of their loss, but a monument to their sacrifice, to their service, and to their conviction.
We never thought they could touch us. We never thought that they would come here, and they did. And what happened in those days to come was really something that I think we all need to remember, because we stopped and we went to what we know always takes care of things, faith and family. We all went to our churches. We all regrouped with our families. We cried for people we never knew. We saw families who lost loved ones, and the country stopped for days to mourn. Everything stood still. And while we mourned, then we went through a process where we allowed ourselves to heal. We accepted the idea that maybe it could happen here. We accepted the idea that maybe we were too careless in thinking that we were strong and free and that no one could touch us on our soil. And then we got mad and we said it's wrong and this can't continue and we're going to fight back.
Coming up, the My Metro Movie Minute, the PowerOfPraiseTV.com inspirational video of the week, and a look at some of the things happening in and around the Metro. When MyMetroTV.com Daybreak, the first stop to the rest of the weekend continues.
After creating site traffic to rival Black Friday, Target debuted its highly anticipated collection, Missoni, crashing the retailer's website and fueling a sellout nationwide. Our MyMetroTV.com fashion correspondent Lia Pettis filed this report.
We are at the Village of Sandhills at the Target store location to find out about the Italian brand designs from Missoni. It was just released this week. In almost 24 hours, it is almost completely sold out. We took a moment to speak with the executive team leader at Target, Danielle Butler, and she had this to share. We have the Missoni products here. Just came out yesterday. Were you expecting this type of response from the people within Columbia?
Well, any designer release that we do is always really popular, but this was definitely obviously our biggest release. Yesterday morning we had a line of women outside the door ready to storm in and check out our Missoni line, and today was the same thing. People were hoping that we got some more in, and we had another line outside the door first thing this morning before 8 o'clock. So it's definitely been the biggest response we've had.
So in just 24 hours, we've walked around and kind of scoped out your racks. Pretty empty. Are you anticipating any replenishment?
Unfortunately, at this time, Target just released to all the stores that we are not anticipating any replenishment. We are working on getting signs up throughout the entire store so we can make sure that message is consistent to our guests so that they know and they're not having to come back every day looking for it. But right now, we are not expecting any replenishment.
Now, it was supposed to last until, what, October 22nd?
Yes, it was supposed to be a release that lasted 6 weeks, and the sales were far above what our forecast had anticipated. We had bought 3 times as much as a company as what we usually do for any of our designer releases. So we anticipated it to be big, but we never anticipated it to be as big as it was.
Did you pick up any pieces for yourself?
I had my eye on some, but since I was managing the store at that time, I didn't get to pick anything up.
That was MyMetroTV.com fashion correspondent Lia Pettis reporting.